Lorna Shore wowed Australia with a sold-out debut headline tour earlier this year, with a return to Australia happening in December and their next album out soon. Wall of Sound are here with deathcore riff extraordinaire Adam D'Amico to pick his brains. Thank you for joining us, mate.
Thank you for having me. What an introduction.
Hey, a band as big as you guys, you deserve it.
Thank you. Thank
uh,
you.
Lorna Shore are the most talked about deathcore band on the planet right now. The balance of orchestral layers, technical guitars, and relentless rhythm, as well as the vocal acrobatics are on display. You've got an incredible signature sound. That mindset of making music that you truly love to listen to, as well as make, that's all ingrained in your writing. I'm wondering, how do you keep evolving Lorna Shore and the sound that you make while carrying the instrumentals forward and staying true to what makes a Lorna Shore song yours?
That I wish I could give you a better answer than I could honestly give. I don't
Cool.
even know how we evolved their sound. I think honestly the best way I would say it is just the more we do it, the better you get at it. I know that's the worst answer to possibly give, but I just feel like as time goes on, you find out the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things that you want to carry forward, the things that you didn't like that you're like, how do I do a better version of that? Or is it just something that just should be left behind? Um, I don't know. I really, that's a really good question. I don't know how to evolve the sound. I don't know what is involved in evolving the sound, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys have done it. It's the proof's in the pudding. With the growth you have with your studio albums, there's more eyes and ears on Lorna Shore than ever. Um, Particularly due to the viral success of To the Hellfire and the Pain Remains cycle. I'm wondering, how does this heightened attention bring new pressures into the writing of I Feel the Everblack Festering Within Me?
It was the most pressure just because I think there's a standard and we've done more things. There's more eyes on us. There's more, I don't know. I think there's a lot more pressure this time around. I thought there wouldn't be. I thought after we released To the Hellfire and we did Pain Remains, I thought there was a lot of pressure because it was like, I guess at that point in time there was pressure, but I thought that was like the most pressure we were going to face, which was like, can we maintain the hype? Are we just going to be like a flavor of the month? Is this going to burn out? And that was like the pressure during doing Pain Remains. And then after doing Pain Remains, it was definitely a situation where uh definitely a situation where we grew so much, we got a lot more attention, there's a lot more eyes on us, and it's just like there's now more expectation to uphold, if that makes sense. Um, and yeah, I just feel like that was such a big thing that was going through the entire process of writing this record.
Yeah, it's got to be such a crazy jump, right? And it's awesome to see that Pain Remains, proved that it's not just just to end our return to nothingness phase and then, that's it. Like Pain Remains and that entire cycle has shown that you guys are, deserving to be one of those household names in the scene. And I'm just wondering, with the pressure and the challenges again, I'm wondering, did it maybe sharpen any writing decisions on the album? Just, diamonds are forged under pressure, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what everyone says. Everyone says that like diamonds are forged under it, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like that in the process, and it doesn't feel like that in the moment. It feels just like this is the worst thing, and I wish we had a better way to go about doing this. Um, but I do think I feel like I'm sure to some degree it definitely sharpened the process. I feel like that I think because of that pressure and we wanted to uphold the status and because we're all signing our names on it and we want to just keep pushing this sound forward, I think that we were a lot more critical than I mean, we're already a critical bunch to begin with, but I think that we were a lot more critical this time around to make sure like everything counted, every step mattered. And, I think that pressure did help to some degree. I think in the process, we would have loved to not have that pressure, but I think overall looking back on the record, I feel like everything we did was based around like upholding a status and upholding like a standard that it kind of came along with previous releases, which is good to some degree. It just also I don't know. There's a lot of growth that happened between Pain Remains to this record, and Yeah, like I think maintaining that growth and learning from the experiences we got from Pain Remains and taking it forward was a challenge. It's one thing to point out, okay, here's the things we can do better on Pain Remains. It's another thing to actually execute it. You know, it's one thing to talk about it and criticize it and analyze it. It's another thing to actually sit down and take that feedback that you're giving to yourself and apply it and actually having something that like is reflective of that feedback, of that growth, of that experience. But yeah, I definitely think the pressure was there, but the pressure for sure was more internal, and I think it was the internalization or just responding to or just kind of taking our own what we're seeing on the outside and our own interpretation of the external and internalizing it and then kind of creating that pressure internally. So definitely added to it. I think it definitely helped, but it wasn't pleasant. I'll say that.
Yeah, I bet. Like you could have gone, okay, this is the, the commercial sounds that do well, but instead of going on with, okay, I'm gonna just cater to what, everyone wants to hear and just focus on that, you've doubled down on the sonic and emotional extremes within Everblack, and it's great.
Well, thank you. I think
Yeah.
it's I don't to be honest, I feel like if every time I read feedback on the band, every single person says something completely different. So like if I went, we always talk about as a band, we've always sat down and been like, if we just took everyone's advice on how to write a song, nope, it would be songs that nobody would want to listen to. Just because like and I say that in the way where it's like everyone's advice or everyone's suggestion is so different from the next person, which could be like someone's pro about the band, could be someone's con about the band, and vice versa. And like some people would be like, they should double down on this, and some people should be like, we should double down on this, and we should do more of this, and we should do less of that. And then at the end of it, we would just be left with no material by the end of it. So yeah, I think I've learned over the years we to read people's advice and suggestions on the band doesn't to double down on that, I feel like would leave us nowhere. So I think just the best solution was just to come from within of just like, what do we want to accomplish? Looking back on the last record, because I feel like every record you're kind of picking up where you left off, and it's like, okay, what did we learn during Pain Remains? What are things that we like? You know, luckily enough, we played the entire record of Pain Remains even before playing the entire record last fall. We were playing 7 to 8 songs off Pain Remains, so we have a good rendition of like, hey, we've played this record in its entirety. What are the lessons we've learned from this? What are things that like while performing it live, while sitting on these songs for 2, 3 years, what is it that we want to do more of? What do we want to do less of? What do we want to improve upon? And is there anything that like we want to leave behind to like evolve forward? And like I think all that stuff kind of came internally from just actually having like a normal album cycle, like where you actually got to sit on an album for a few years, as opposed to like in the past, like we've kind of just been in these weird album cycles where it's just like either it got shortened or like once we put out, you know, for instance, we put out the EP and Return to Nothingness, like a month later, we were in the studio doing Pain Remain, so we didn't even get to like sit on the record for that long. Prior records, you know, Immortal, we released it right during the pandemic, so then like that cut the album cycle short. So like we haven't had a proper album cycle. So this time around, we had a proper album cycle, able to gain a lot of experience from it, and I think that really helped shape the sound that you kind of hear on the record.
Yeah, it's having like this, a full album cycle. It's obviously, paid dividends in your, in the studio, on stage, and part of that cycle, meant you could come to Australia for the first time.
Yes,
It,
yes,
yeah, it only took 9 days to completely sell out the entire headliner tour in Australia, and you're coming back less than a year later for Good Things in December. What's
yes.
next for Lorna Shore in Australia? Headline arena runs on the cards. Parkway Drive did just play the Opera House after all, so maybe there's an opportunity to be made in deathcore history.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We haven't gone to Australia at all, and then now we're just going as often as we can now, which is a very long flight. But I don't know. I think I'm just excited. It's just really awesome to take your music everywhere outside of your home country or even your home state, let alone so just to be able to take our music from outside of New Jersey to literally the other side of the world is just really awesome. So like whatever we get to do is really awesome. It's exciting. If that's what's next, that's great. But if we continue just doing the same thing that we've been doing, it's just really awesome because it's just, I don't know, I feel like maybe I just am grateful to be able to do this, and because I know what it's like just to be a local band from New Jersey and to see where it's gone from like just playing shows to four people to be able to like take your music all around the world is just really awesome. So I'm excited to come back, and I'm just excited for what the future holds there because it's an amazing place, and it's warm at a different time of year. So it's really nice to have to go to different parts of the world at different times of the year. So
Yeah, and you'll be coming around at the start of December when it's going to be, really nice, just in the beginning of our summer. And the good things festivals are always just such a vibe. Like all the crowds just turn out for all the bands, and we all like I would say that everyone's just stoked to see you guys on the lineup. And I'm just wondering what was it about the Pain Remains run in Australia that really stuck with you, either on or off stage, and what are you chasing this time around on your return?
I don't know because like I think we really just enjoyed being there. Like normally when we're on tour, we're just going from city to city to city to city, and like we don't really get to experience a country. This time around, we had like we would fly to a city, have a day there, fly to another city. So we were able to spend time in Australia, which is really great to be able to experience a country you've never been to, which we normally don't get to do that. So to me, that was like really awesome. What I want to do this time around is I don't know because like I feel like the shows have been very similar to what we've experienced in the past in other countries, whether it be in America or in Europe. So it's very a similar vibe to what we've experienced. It's been great. It's really nice because it feels like home. You know, it doesn't feel awkward and foreign, so it feels like our home away from home at this point. So it is nice. So I don't know what we want to do more of. Just I guess play to more people because I felt bad that we sold it out. People didn't get to come see us, and I'm sure some people were like, well, they never came here for until this time around. Like, it's going to be another few years, so I get to see him again. So it's just nice that like we get to return, play to more people, and I'm hoping the next time we do come around, either after this festival, is to be able to play to even more people and people have a chance to see us because who knows when we'll be back, you know? So
That's
maybe it'll
it.
be every 9 months. I don't know.
Who knows? Hey, I know I'd love it. I was actually, I missed out on that initial headline run. So when
Right.
I saw that you guys run the Good Things lineup, I was bloody stoked, man.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably many people in your position that like didn't get if it sold out that quickly, didn't get a chance to see us. And I just think it would be great to be able to play to people that, that want to see us and not feel like left out. So it always kind of, as much
Yeah.
as it's nice to sell out shows, it also feels bad because you're like, there's probably people that don't get to see us. And I don't know, I think it would be cool to be able to play to everyone that we could play to.
Yeah, cool. One last question on Good
Sure.
Things and your return. What song are you most keen to play live on your first time on an Australian festival stage?
Oh, that's a good question because like we're starting to add more new songs to the set. We just played Oblivion live in Europe, and that was really awesome. So I'm excited to play that. I'm excited to play any new song. So that was really fun to play at festivals in Europe. So I'm hoping. I know it's a completely different country, but that was just fun to play on that big stage. I think all of us are excited to play Unbreakable live because I feel like it's just a really fun song. I feel like it has like a crowd interaction. So I feel like those are the two songs I'm probably looking forward to the most to play live because I feel like we have a little bit of experience of playing Oblivion live and it went over really, really well. And I think with shooting the video for Unbreakable and like the positive feedback we've gotten and how people are excited to see that live, I'm just looking forward to play it on these big festivals and to that many people, and hopefully it goes well. That's all I'm hoping. Cross my fingers.
Yeah, I feel like Unbreakable is one of those songs that's really going to just bring the entire crowd together, and you'll be able to feel the ground moving when everyone's
I
just
hope so.
stopping
That's
across.
that's the plan. That's the plan at least.
Awesome, man. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having a chat with you, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us at Wall of Sound, and we are looking forward to seeing you at Good Things in December.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to it.